It's November 30th, and of course, this is the video log that takes 30,000 to a million. It's a very exciting episode today because I'm sitting at an all-time high close. Not an intraday all-time high, but an all-time high close. And after I take you through the account and show you my positions and how the account progressed, I'm going to talk about how to beat the market. So that's going to be exciting. All right, going into the account here. Oh, excuse me 1 second. No redos here, no edits. How dare you? So 132,200 is the account value at the moment, which is an all-time high close, but not an all-time high intraday. If I go to the 3-month chart, you'll see that I was sitting at 132,700 plus back in September 1st when Apple was like, I don't know how much, $130 something. And right now it's only at 120. But it had a nice boost today. So here, by the way, if you notice, the screen is white because it's still not closed down. I'm filming this during the day for a change. I have about 7 minutes until the screen turns black. So if it turns black, you know how much time has passed. So these are the positions on the right. I'm gonna go through them real quickly. So this is the options first. This is the symbol of the stock or position. And then the strike price, whether it's call or a put, expiration date, number of contracts, and then whether it's a sell or a buy. And here they are. You can see that Shell had a massive gain in or erasure of liability today because Shell went down quite a bit, but it was so far up above my strike price that now the option's basically moving in tandem with the price, more or less. Then there's the Apple put that's almost diminished down to 0, which I know I can buy back, but I'm just gonna wait until it evaporates. And here are the rest of them. The number on the right just means what the change in value in liability is for the day. So the green numbers means I erase liability because mostly I sell options, and the red number means I've gained liability, right? So it's bad. Here's the Apple position. So a big, $2,500 swing, which is good. The rest of the account, a lot of red. Mainly the uranium. Actually sold quite a bit of calls for energy fuels today. And then everything else is red. So not a great day for stocks overall, but a good one for Apple, a mediocre one for my account, and positive one overall. So this is the account tab real quick if you're interested. I have no margin anymore, so I've cleared out all my margins because the oil stocks went up and I sold. My options ended up executing, and a lot of them, the positions were sold. Here is the account by total return and by equity. If you notice, now my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, my top 6 positions are positive. So that's fantastic. The only one that's negative in the top 10 is energy transfer, but it's got a fat dividend. So, and even though they cut it, it's still really fat. My entry price is actually not too bad. Let me take a look real quick. Energy transfer, symbol ET. By the way, nothing in this video is financial advice. You guys need to do your own research about what you're buying on the markets. When you buy stocks in the markets or anything in the market, you can potentially lose 100% of what you invested. So you got to be careful out there. So my entry price is 718, which is not horrible, but nothing like the 477 or 511 that it was at recently. We'll see how well the stock rebounds from here. Okay, well, that's the account. This is the 1 week chart, up 3%, 1 month 15. I wonder if I've been outperforming the S&P 500. I haven't checked in a while. 3 months is 30%. 1 year is 56%. Let me check. How about the 1 month? 15%. I think probably have it. I'm going to use SPY, which is the ETF that tracks the S&P 500. Yeah, not bad, beating the market. Even though I'm been losing a lot recently, still doing okay. The 3 month and obviously the year, I'm beating them as well. Perfect. Okay, so that's with the account. And now I want to talk about how to outcompete the market. And I choose these words carefully because it's not beating the market, right? It doesn't mean like it doesn't mean you're gonna outperform every year. Well, obviously, that's actually one of my goals. But what I mean is, I'm really big on playing a game that you can win. Okay, so for example, if you like the game of checkers, and somebody tells you, "Hey, well, you're such a good checkers player. Let's play chess, or let's play Monopoly, or play some other board game that they want you to play," you don't have a very good chance of winning that game, right? You're not practiced at it. It's not your thing. You don't have a lot of experience. The chances of winning that game is very small. So it's the same way in investing. I think that you would benefit from being a bit more of a specialist. Okay? So people will get really good at things if they specialize on it. So they got to focus on it for a long time. They got to practice. They have to develop discipline and eventually become one of the best, right? And that's what's going to make you, I believe, succeed in investing or trading, whatever you want to do. So you can get really specific with this. And I think it's a really big deal. I mean, I'm not talking about it with a lot of enthusiasm, but just the way I feel today. But this is a really, really big deal. So what do I mean by that? Like, how specific can you get? Well, if you're just like starting out now, or maybe we've been doing trading for a while and you've been dabbling in different things, like maybe one day you decide to be a dividend investor, and one day you would like to be a swing investor, momentum chaser, then another day you want to be a short day trader, you're going to start looking at candlestick charts and whatnot. That's all great, but you really got to specialize on only one in order to become really, really good at it. And not just that, that's not enough. You have to specialize within a subset of that, and maybe in a subset of that. Okay, how about, I'll give you some examples. All right, let's go into the Robinhood account again, and let's just take what was it, UUD, I think. No. Oh, UUP, sorry. So this is the dollar index, and it's weighted mostly between the dollar and the euro. So it's the dollar against a lot of major world currencies, right? So you can take some kind of pair, like the dollar euro pair in Forex, or Forex means like foreign exchange. It's currency trading. But let's take the UUP, and you can specialize in a specific contract. Okay, you could say, okay, yeah, I specialize in the euro versus dollar, or the dollar index, and not only do I specialize in that, but I specialize in a specific duration. So let's say 1 month out or 2 months out, whatever. Let's say 1 month plus out, and I specialize in trading. I'm just making things up, but 20%, 40, 10% above the price. Sorry, my math is fuzzy here. Or like 5% above the price. So I look for a contract somewhere around there, and I know how it trades. Like maybe I know how liquid it is. All right, so it looks like it has 36 bids and 21 asks. So there aren't a lot of people that are trading this contract right now. Right, and you can learn what everything means, and this can be your home base. Right, so every time you log in, you look at this contract, or the one the next week, following week, and you find out how they trade, right? So perhaps if you look at the next contract, the implied volatility would be a lot less or a lot more. Maybe the Greeks will look a lot different. Maybe the spreads will be different. Maybe the mark will be, you know what I mean? So like you can familiarize yourself with this, and if something's trading out of whack, you can capitalize on it. Do you see what I'm saying here? So okay, let's do something more liquid, right? So how about we talked about energy transfer. So why don't we bring energy transfer up here? Okay, so you could just, if you want to specialize in trading in one company, you can get to really know it. You can get to know the business cycle. You can get to know, its seasonality perhaps, and everything about its management. You can, and then if you're dispassionate enough, you could try to make a lot of money from just trading this one company. So for example, what I did with Cameco, I did something similar with Cameco here, where I knew that it was going to be trading and scraping the bottom of its valuation for a long time. So I decided to start selling a lot of puts and calls. I bring this example up a lot for Cameco, and it's definitely been roughly staying around the same price for a very long time, around the $10 mark. So I've made a lot of money trying to, not trying, but actually selling puts and calls against this position, and it's worked out well. So you could try to figure out everything about a company and understand the risks out there, its cyclicality, etc. Understand like how much volume it has each day, and how much, maybe you want to day trade it. Maybe day trading energy transfer, right? Understanding how much volume it has, like what its propensity is, like what kind of volatility you can expect, how to trade, people who trade the stock react when a certain news hits the wire, so everything that there is to know about the company. And this is kind of complicated, right? But then you can delve in, or you can be very much more specific and do something that we did with the dollar index. And you pick, let's say, energy transfer month out options, right? So just buying calls or buying and selling calls. You can be very, very specific, right? And you can click on that, and you can pick something around at the money. You can see, look, it's got 50 bids, one ask. All right, so volatility, implied volatility is a lot higher than the dollar index, that's for sure. 53.8. So you can try to compare this week to week and see if something is different, and then try to figure out the reason why. Is it warranted? Is it worth the risk? Is it time to collect theta, right? Or is it time to buy? So you can make that determination because you're an expert at this one option contract. Okay, people who trade, day in and day out, all kinds of positions, they don't have that advantage. They don't have the luxury of sitting down and focusing for 8-10 hours on a single contract like you can, right? They got money to, well, I mean, they can, but I don't know what their position is. I can't speak for everyone, but most people don't do that. People try to be very general, and there's a lot of work and a lot of research that you have to do in order to be a good generalist, right? I mean, I'm kind of going against the grain a little bit. I'm not specialized so much in a single contract or anything like that. I'm trying to be a generalist, which is very difficult, and so far I'm doing okay, but I've definitely made a lot of mistakes in the past. But however, what I am specialized in is the combination of things that I do. I've decided what kind of game I want to play, whether I want to play checkers, Monopoly, or chess, and then I'm trying to get good at the game that I'm playing, right? And I have a better chance of beating the market by playing this game rather than something else. So if you're wondering, what the game that I'm playing is, I've done a lot of videos of exactly what I do, but I did a video called like 4 main strategies of making money on Robinhood. You can check that one out if you want. But basically, it's I like to sell options mainly, and then I like to collect money by having a macro kind of balance in the account and rebalancing based on events that happen or market valuations that change. And I also collect dividends from my positions, and I acquire businesses basically, right? So, and I end up harvesting, the premium and the little bit of gains that my stocks enjoy before the options get executed. Anyways, before I make this too complicated, the main point that I want to convey is that I think that you and I will experience a lot more success if we're focused on a specific thing and just get really masterful at it, rather than trying to spread ourselves all over the place and try to beat the market by doing random things. So I think that's the takeaway. But of course, when you're first starting out, you're going to have to try everything to know that, what suits you and what doesn't. So don't feel bad if you're in experimental stage and trying to find out what you like. Find a game that you like first, just like anything else in life, and then get good at it. All right, that's the way to go. Okay, I'm gonna end it right here. Hopefully I'll make another video on Thursday. I'll see y'all later. Peace out.